Hey, what's going on YouTube? Raj here, back again with a video today. Today's one is going to be a reviewer appreciation video. This is basically dedicated to my two favourite reviewers, Cody, who goes by the name of dracdoc, and Steven, whose YouTube name is Redolessence. These two guys just kind of, I didn't think about this overnight. It just occurred to me one day that these two guys are actually my favourite reviewers. I go to their reviews every time. You know, if there were like 20 reviews out there, these two guys are my two reviewers whose videos I would watch first. You know, this is not me saying that I don't like anybody else's channels or don't appreciate anybody else's content, but everybody has their favourites, you know. And these two are my two favourites, so I'm going to tell you why I like their channels. Let's start off with Cody. You know, he's been in the game for a long time, definitely established YouTube reviewer, still consistently putting out videos, which is what I like as well. He's still out there putting his face in front of the camera, giving us great content all the time. I think he strikes me as a for the people, by the people kind of guy. I don't know if anybody else thinks that, but I just feel that he's there to help us. You know, it's very his content has such great variety, and I think that's because he's a collector of fragrances, and he naturally he likes to own the variety and has a variety of fragrances. And he'll talk about, you know, the cheapest fragrance on the market, which you know, maybe something like Tim McGraw's Southern Blend, which I never heard of, all the way up to the most expensive Creed or Bond No. 9 type fragrance. And I say he's kind of for the people, by the people, because he caters to all different types of demographics, maybe, or tastes, or capabilities in terms of how much you can afford. And not everyone can do that. Not everyone can do that on their channel. It's not something which I claim I can do on my channel, because I just don't have the collection like he does. It's pretty amazing, you know, watching how his channel has developed over time, and how his collection has also changed over time as well. I appreciate the effort he puts into his videos, which, as a viewer, and obviously I was a viewer before I was a reviewer, and I don't think the effort that goes behind making a video doesn't necessarily come across when you publish your video. It takes a lot of time, and you know, I think the amount of effort that goes into his channel is really commendable, especially if you look at certain sections of his video, like when he gets other people's opinions. That's great, because you know, you can sit in front of your laptop, in front of your computer, and watch one or maybe one or two people's opinions. But when you go out into the real world, like he does, and like a couple of other reviewers do as well, and he gets his opinions from his work colleagues or down at the gym, that just adds a whole new dimension to his video, and I really appreciate and look forward to that section of his videos the most. He's kind of like, he's there for the community as well. You know, if you look at his fragrance news, or fragrance fin, whatever fin stands for, can't even remember now, it's been taken off air, Fragrance News Network I think it was called. That was great, you know, for me. I love that, and I kind of wish that he brought that back. Maybe he will, I don't know. But you know, what I gained from that was it made me aware of other reviewers out there which I had never heard of. Maybe older reviewers coming back into the game, new reviewers just starting out, and he seems to have an eye for these people, and I subscribe to some great people's channels as a result of watching those videos. And he doesn't have to do that. You know, you don't have to do that. What are we as YouTube fragrance reviewers? We review fragrances. But he goes that extra mile, he goes that extra step, which he doesn't have to do, but it just makes his content and his channel so much better. Also, another example is, a lot of people like to do top 10 videos, top 10 niche, top 10 designer for winter, summer, and he compiled the YouTube top 10 favourites. Now that takes a lot of effort. You have to go through each and every person's video, make a note for these fragrances, and then put that into, I don't know what he did, but probably put it into some spreadsheet or something, and then churned out these great videos. You know, it's, again, you don't have to do that. I really appreciate the extra mile he goes to, and it makes his channel stand out. One thing I also really like about his channel, and this is the same with Steven as well, is that they're very the character and the personality of the person shines through, and they're very likable people, very honest. You know where you stand with Cody. Everything is black or white. He gives his opinion. He is very very considered in his approach. I like the way he responds to people's comments, and sometimes doesn't respond to people's comments, which sometimes can happen, you know, down below. So very diplomatic in his approach sometimes as well, quite mature, and I like that as well. I really like that about his channel. He's developed into probably one of the best reviewers out there, just hands down. Amazing channel, a really great channel, and you know, this video isn't, I'm going to post the link down to his channel below, but it's not intended for him to gain new subscribers, because if you're watching this you probably know about him already. Just to say thanks and continue doing what you're doing, and I think you're a fantastic reviewer. So moving now on to Steven, Redolessence. Very good reviewer, very good reviewer. I do look forward to his reviews a lot. I think one thing I'm most like, again, you know, with Cody, the person, he's a very down-to-earth, honest guy, very likable character. And one thing I like the most about Steven's channel is the variety. I know I mentioned variety on Cody, but variety here is slightly, I mean a slightly different thing. He talks about fragrances which, for me, sometimes I'd never heard of them. Sometimes I've never even heard of the house, let alone the fragrance. And that's what I love, and it's something I try to bring on my channel as well. And you know, I learn from these people. I learn from Steven, I learn from Cody, watching their videos and how they go about making their videos. And Steven will talk about fragrance houses and fragrances that I had no idea about. And as a result of that, I've gone out and maybe bought a sample or tried it in a shop, and I thought, amazing, I probably wouldn't have come across this fragrance had I not watched this video and had he not put out this content. So I definitely appreciate that a lot, and his reviews are very much in depth. Sometimes you can see a video and it could be like 15 minutes long, or you know, like 20 minutes long, and I kind of think, you know, do I want to watch that now, or shall I watch that later? But his reviews are so captivating and in depth and very descriptive. He has a great nose. He describes scents and accords really well, which is quite difficult actually, and which comes with time. After trying so many different fragrances, I don't think you can just do that straight away. It took me time to get to this stage, and that's something I really appreciate. You know, he covers all the bases, and he doesn't discriminate between fragrances. He reviews what he likes, and that's the most important thing. And he's consistent with his approach. You know, he does his research so much. You know, whether that could be a basic thing by just going onto Wikipedia, but he does it. You know, he doesn't have to do that. Giving a little bit of a history behind the fragrance as well. I find his approach very succinct and to the point, and I really enjoy that. I don't, sometimes as human beings we tend to ramble on a little bit, but he doesn't do that. He probably has a script which he refers to, I think he does, but it's almost as if he's memorized it off by heart, which if he does do that, then good for him. He makes his channel what it is today. So this is just, you know, me saying thank you to these two reviewers. I've learned from their channels a lot, I really have actually, and if you're somebody out there who is a new reviewer, or if you're thinking of getting into reviews, and I urge you to do that, definitely check out those two guys' channels. You can learn a lot from their channels. So thanks guys, and look forward to your future content, and I'll see everyone else soon. And also let me know, what do you think, what do you like about their channels? You know, who else, if these two aren't your favourite reviewers, who else is, and why? So thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.